Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRAN's live coverage of the Pit Road Speed Limit Racing Series as we are here at the EchoPark Speedway, formerly known as Atlanta. High speed, high banks, and pretty much flat to the floor here is what we're going to see. It's a 1.5 mile super speedway. And I mean, through the corners, you see the little dash lines on the track. And it shows that it's a 3-groove track on the front stretch. I mean, it's got technically 5 grooves, but that's very well could be what you see here tonight. You can definitely get up there and run 3 wide in these corners, but it gets tight and it feels very, very fast if you do it. It even feels fast when you're 2 wide in the corners, but it's a real racy track here. Hopefully we'll see a good race here tonight. 80 laps on tap. Carl Hamworth joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, this should be a pretty fast lap times here at EchoPark. They zoom by when they get green. Yeah, it is. It's 8:02 p.m. right now, so sun will be going down here pretty soon. It's 2 times for the speed here as well, so should be getting dark very, very soon here. But looking at the points coming in, and really the races coming in, we've had 3 races so far. This is race number 4. We've had 3 different winners over the first 3 races. That being TJ Hanley picking up the win last week, and then your other winners, Josh Duncan and Justin Potts. They are your points leaders coming in. Duncan leading the points by 5 over Justin Potts, another 2 back to Dylan Jacobs. Kyle Emerson, Ron Millum for your top 5, then Cody Brewer, TJ Hanley, Matthew Hake, Tiffany Ellis, and Chase Bullard are your current top 10 after the first 3 races. But really it's getting those wins. Lock yourself into that chase that's going to be coming up come September. And right now 3 drivers already locked themselves in. We have a 4th one here tonight, new winner, or when we have somebody picking up some more bonus points and getting a 2nd win on the night. But we are going to I believe do the same thing here for the start of this race, and I have a couple extra pace laps here and a little send-off here in remembrance for Kyle Busch, I believe, is what they're going to be doing. I did see it got extended by a couple laps here. So we're going to go ahead and go quiet here and let you all enjoy the sights here until we get this thing ready to go green. after some reshuffling here with the lineup, we got a new starting lineup here for you, and it's actually going to be Dylan Emerson that's going to be up there on the pole as the original pole sitter. Looks like gets a bit of an EOL here, so it's going to be Dylan Emerson, Cody Brewer on the front row, Justin Potts, Dylan Jacobs, and Tiffany Ellis for your top 5, Wesley Outman, Austin Smith, Michael Garcia, Josh Duncan, Kyle Emerson for your top 10. Should be getting the green this time by. I think they have 3 pace laps. It should be the final one right here, and then we'll get this 80 lap race underway. And nothing like building up the tension here a little bit with all the race fans, and just getting a chance to take a look at some of the paint schemes out here. Some pretty unique ones for sure, as we typically see out here. I'm not sure about the 77 of Josh Duncan. It's got so many different vibes that I'm not sure how to take it. It's a DuPont paint scheme, but it's got chilies on it, so it's tough. I look at it and initially think, oh, okay, DuPont. No, that's not DuPont. That's Chili's. And I see the little Chili's on the back quarter panel there as well. So unique one there, certainly for Josh Duncan. But hey, whatever works, as long as if it looks fast and goes fast. Either way, pace car is off. About ready to see all these drivers go fast here tonight. Green flag is out. We're racing here at EchoPark. It is, but it sounds a little bit rough. We got Jimmy's working on his mic. We got 3 wide down the backstretch already. Off of turn number 2 is the 85. Actually, sorry, the 95 there was the Outman up through the middle. And we got some good racing already. Some of the field towards the back there was how to start this thing single file, but they're already double wide as Wesley Outman into the wall in the front stretch. Going to lose some of those positions he just gained. But out front, Dylan Emerson leads this thing. Justin Potts, Tiffany Ellis, Austin Smith, Kyle Emerson, Cody Brewer, and Josh Duncan. 7 cars in a line here at the front of this pack before you start getting back to some more battling here in the back. You see Wesley Outman there in that green and black. Number 95 is kind of the first one there, double wide, battling right now, back for 13th. He was up there close to the top 5, but now back there in 13th at the scrapes the wall. But I think a good sign right here that maybe some patience is needed here tonight and known, because drivers all getting in line. And good time to take a look at that the number 83 here tonight. New paint scheme on the 83 there of Matthew Hake. He's got the birthday cake Kit Kat, because he is the birthday boy here tonight. So happy birthday there to Matthew Hake here tonight, as he is up there in 12th position right now. But Dylan Emerson leads the way here early.
And I think, my mic's back now, so apologize.
There he is.
I had to reboot the computer earlier today, and it shut off my my program that controls my microphone. For the broadcast, to kind of limit the background noise when it's there. But we're back here, we're live, and it's good to see them kind of single file here just a little bit, and obviously some jockeying around back here as drivers are starting to settle in just a little bit and maybe start to use it. Right here is the birthday boy in the wall.
Yeah, he gets dare I say cake in the face right there for the 83. And gonna bring out our first caution of the night, a meatball flag for Matthew Hake. And I don't even think he's gonna be able to limp that thing back to the pits. Trying to shift down through the gears, but that thing is hurt. He's gonna have to tow it back to pit lane. Not the way he wanted to spend his birthday for sure. We'll take a look back and see how this transpired. We'll have to rewind it because it looks like did we get a caution on this, Jimmy?
No. Did not. He just loses it, comes across the nose, the 54, up into the wall.
Yep. Yeah, everybody got him backed up, and bit of a racing incident. Unfortunately, he tried to get up there and avoid it, but the 54 was out there and kind of takes himself out on that one. but no caution as I guess because he was pointed straight, even though he was up there in the wall. And we'll keep this thing rolling right now as the 6 of Dylan Emerson leads the way. But you see the pack is kind of spread out right now. The top 14 in line, they got 3 seconds on Dylan Jacobs and the rest of the pack as I think the little incident right there kind of checked everybody up. But again, I'm guessing iRacing deciding not to throw it out because the 83 was pointed straight and was, there's nobody else coming on the track. So it definitely sucks. Matthew Hake looks like he is now coming out of the pits. He's going to be a few laps down, but never know if cautions come out and get himself back up there. But looks like that second pack, even though they are 3 seconds behind, they don't mind getting a little bit of racing here.
No, they want to go too wide, and you can see that it works around here just fine. And but it's going to slow them down. So, as much as they want to race, if they want to catch back up to the lead group, I wanted to putz around too long, and I would follow it into a single file line. Let the drivers come down.
Jimmy, all you gotta do is ask.
I guess just gotta ask as they started out. Oh, like Oliver, Jimmy's talking now.
Yeah.
Giving some
Jimmy
good
said
advice.
we gotta stay in line, guys. Everybody in line.
It was like magic.
So now we have 2 packs of single file racing here, but at the front of the main pack in the front there is Dylan Emerson leading the way. Then you got Potts, Ellis, Smith, and Kyle Emerson for your top 5. Brewer, Duncan, Garcia, Spencer, and Roy for your top 10. Already 13 spots gained for the 77 of Joshua Duncan. And then you got Bruce Spencer up 12, Brian Roy up 15, Ron Millam up 12 as well. So some big movers here early on in the race.
Yeah, the Reese's machine on the move here. It's a lot of spots here so far. They don't want to start in the back, so finds himself working his way through the field here, really kind of crushing it at the moment. And just like I said, I do know tires come into a little bit of a play here. Obviously they have a lot sharper turns. It's it's not a 2.5 mile track, obviously. And so lap times are in the 30 seconds here. Best time being 29:50. 29:31. 29:31.
Oh, 31. Yep.
Chris Ledford, yep. So, it doesn't matter where you're at. It's just obviously we know that the draft is pretty strong here, and you can see him right now just kind of working. And drivers now, like if they had a run and didn't feel comfortable, they end up poking out and they might shift to the back, or if they get some side draft or a partner up there and get that run going, you can get a few cars start gathering their momentum there on the outside, just like up front there, Justin Potts on the outside of Dylan Emerson, and just been kind of hanging on, right there, not falling back too fast, but you can see him starting to go too wide, and this is what this backpack would like to see, being led there by Chris Ledford. These drivers, patience might not be what they want to have right now, but to get back up there, they're back by 4 seconds, but slowly closing in as that time's starting to come down as they're battling up there in front of them too wide.
Yeah, starting to get maybe a little restless, a little feisty, or maybe just kind of test out the waters right now and trying to see what's going to work later on in the race. I don't think that's going to work there for the 82. Brian Roy going a little bit too far wide through the quad oval, but leading this outside charge, the 89 of Justin Potts already got 1 win on the season, and looking to try and get up a little bit closer to your points leader, Josh Duncan. In regards to points, Duncan right now is behind him. He is the one in that aforementioned Chili's DuPont number 77 back there, and see some blinking out there as well. We got 3 wide. Again, it can be done here. You got to hold your breath, and I know I'll hold my breath here in the booth, not even in the car, when I see 3 wide, especially through the quad oval, because it can get. It's the quad oval corners are so sharp. When you're on the inside line and you're by yourself, they just feel like nice little flowy, just little kinks. But when you're 3 wide on the outside, you got to turn hard to get through those little kinks.
Yeah, you might even find yourself letting off the gas a little bit. I mean, it's kind of tricky. It's this will deceive you real quick, and we'll go ahead and hop on board here with bots at the top here, and they're coming down the backstretch right now, and you can you'll be able to see you know how close it is. Maybe I should hop in this cockpit instead on top of the car, so you get a true feel here coming down the front stretch. You can see how wide open it looks, but you get to see how up against that wall and getting met there on the door just a little bit to kind of slow the person down on the inside, but able to not wreck and keep it going. Gets a chance to fall on the line, but has a lot of momentum and decides to take it back to the outside.
Good start to the race early on, other than for the birthday boy, unfortunately, and I'm sure he would like to see these drivers get a little bit more racy and bring out some caution to get him back up there. But Jimmy, I know the one car that's on your screen right there, maybe not the one that you're looking at, but the one right behind it is a new paint scheme there for Cody Handler, and I'm guessing that kind of tickles your fancy a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Brings back, you know, the good old days. You know, the kind of a throwback paint scheme there to a lot of great drivers that have driven the Tide machine. I used to, well, I mean, I started rooting for Tide when it was Ricky Rudd, but I know a lot of other drivers have driven the Tide-sponsored car. I was around iRacing, or not iRacing, but NASCAR for quite some time, so just it was always a good sponsor. Very bright and vibrant car out there. If you wanted to be able to pick a car out on a track, it was usually the Tide machine with it was a little bit brighter orange in real life, but yeah, it was definitely a very good looking car out there. But yeah, it does tickle a little bit the old time throwback stuff. So yeah, good run. Good to see somebody changing up here a little bit and bringing them orange paint schemes back to the track. Got a few of them out here tonight.
Yeah, orange seems to be the way to go lately. I mean, obviously we've seen a ton of it in the Cora O'Reilly series on Tuesday nights, and some of the top drivers, their team being orange and black. But your points leader, not a part of that team, but he was orange and black as well. So it seems to be the current in color. Maybe it's what you got to be to get up there and get fast. But right now he's stuck in the second pack right now is Cody Handler. The one leading the front pack, purple and yellow Allegra of Dylan Emerson, Tiffany Ellis up there now in second, Austin Smith, Kyle Emerson, Cody Brewer for your top five. Then you got Potts, Garcia, Outman, Duncan, Spencer for your top 10, but they're starting to get a little bit more racing up here at the front. Still waiting to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at for fuel mileage here tonight, but Jimmy, we're already a quarter of the way through this race. It went by quick.
Yeah, let's go by very quickly. You know, talking 30 seconds a lap, 40 laps. You know, less than like a 40-minute race. You know, if they keep it green. And so far, they're knocking it out of the park here, and happy because practice looked a little rough. I won't lie, but we know that when you're out there for practice, you're trying different things. You're trying to draft, you're trying to push, you're trying to see where you can push. You're trying to get good pit entries. Anything goes kind of there, or you're just trying to get the best time, or you know, with one of your buddies out there, so you're pushing the heck out of each other, trying to get to the top of the charts. But here right now, they have calmed down a little and able to run too wide, which is good, and giving each other some room. They're not right on each other's door. We've seen a couple door checks coming out of them at that quad oval, but able to kind of keep it going. And it was unfortunate there for Matthew Hake there, you know, getting spun around. But maybe he was meant just to go celebrate here tonight.
Yeah, listen, it's one unique way to celebrate for sure. But I mean, this is just, it's white knuckling here at EchoPark anymore, because it's you know, driven like a super speedway because of the new pavement. It's just got a ton of grip out here. But you know, going 180, 190 miles an hour at Talladega or Daytona, okay. It's, you don't feel like there's much going on to the point where you don't have to make any kind of rash decisions or quick movements or anything like that. Here at Echo Park, it's the track is a mile shorter, and you're going the same kind of speeds. I mean, right now, leaders running up there in the 190s, going through the corners here, and he's leading. If you get the draft, you could be getting up closer to the mid 190s, maybe getting close to 200 miles an hour here, and that is extremely fast for these mile-and-a-half tracks for any of them, but especially here at Echo Park. But they're handling it right now. They're doing a fantastic job, and again, already 26 laps in the books. Dylan Emerson has been leading from the rip. We had the little incident early on with the birthday boy. He is 3 laps down right now, so would need a couple cautions to get himself back up into the mix. But I guess the good thing right now, at least, he is the only car a lap down. But we have a couple cars, a couple stragglers off the back right now. Eli O'Quinn, Joshua Smith have kind of fallen off the back, and now we see an incident right as Chris Ledford, I was about to say, is our first taker into pit lane, but we're going to see an incident here at the front of the pack. We'll take a look and see what happened. Looks like Potts and Millam involved in this one. And there we go. Bump draft gone wrong in the middle of the corners in 95. Wesley Outman gets into the back of the 89, and that's going to bring in our first caution.
A few involved here. They'll bring up the tower, see if we got any meatballs showing here tonight. It does not look like we got any on this one.
Yeah, we got a Brian Roy. Brian Roy has meatball in the back here.
Just dropped up there.
Yep.
Well, Carl, I think they'll go ahead and all pit, huh?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, the rules for the series says that they only got 3 sets of tires in the pits, but we've been through a quarter of the race already, so it is definitely time and well worth taking a set of tires here. They don't wear as much here that they would at a Texas or a Charlotte or something like that, but they're still going to be worn, and they still got a good 28 laps of green flag racing on them. So definitely coming in. I'm taking 4. I'm not messing around. I know you can go different strategies here. You can try and go 2. You can go fuel only, but to me the only option here is 4 tires of fuel.
Yeah, just they need some to get out there, and trying to see where Roy comes out on this, because it looks like he's still in the lead lap, and Ledford as well, because he was in. So does that give Matthew Hake a break and get one of his laps back?
I believe he should be.
These 2 laps.
He should be a lucky dog. So if he's only 2 laps down, then he got one of them back yet. But yeah, still gonna need a couple more cautions to get himself fully back into the mix of this one.
It does look like Dylan Emerson does win off pit road there, and then TJ Hanley, Kyle Emerson, Austin Smith, Tiffany Ellis for your top 5. We could restart this thing. Yeah, Tiffany was up there in P number 2, lost a few spots in the pits. So maybe just a longer pit stop, maybe a slight slide through or something. Could have held her up just a little bit.
Yeah, I got a few cars still in pit lane, and I didn't see any black flags that that I noticed, but looks like most of them are rolling right now. So hopefully we will see everybody back out there as the pace car lights are out. It's time to get this thing back underway, and we will have Dylan Emerson still your leader here. And TJ Hanley has now moved himself up into 2nd place. Kyle Emerson, Austin Smith, Tiffany Ellis for your top 5. So some pit strategy. Anyway, Jimmy, I said I don't. Maybe they're really not wearing that much at all. I mean, I know I would want 4 tires, but it looks like our front row taking maybe right side tires, but I want to say that's no tires at all. I think that's only fuel.
8 seconds.
And I think,
9 seconds.
I think Kyle Emerson maybe taking 2 right side tires. He's in 3rd, but then you got Austin Smith, Tiffany Ellis, Cody Brewer all taking 4 tires. A couple more back there, Will O'Connor and Eli O'Quinn maybe just taking fuel as well. But to me, this far into the race, yeah, I'm taking tires. I know it's still kind of early in the race, but you've already gone through a third of the race at this point, and you still got you got 3 sets of tires to use. So yeah, I'm using a set of tires here, but that's why I'm up here in the booth, and that's why I'm not making the millions that these guys are out here on the track. But either way, Dylan Emerson gonna lead them back to the EchoPark Automotive restart zone, and he is back on the loud pedal. We're back to racing here at EchoPark.
Good start there by the 6 as normal. As control car usually has the advantage mostly here, and this is a track you really don't have to worry about too much about getting run over, but being spread out really quickly in a single file. I think that's the fastest I've seen them drop in a single file in quite some time. Go back to the field here. It does look like the whole field, Carl. Instant.
Yeah, not what you typically see, but I'm not going to complain either. Good start here for the field, and some drivers kind of dropping back here a little bit on this restart as well. But you got Dylan and Kyle Emerson, your front 2 right now, and everyone else in line. But man, as much as we say there's a ton of grip out there at EchoPark, it definitely seems a little bit bouncy riding on board here with Chase Bullard, and it seems like that the cars want to dance around here a little bit as well.
Yeah, go ahead and maybe pull up the gyro cam and be even more. You can see the rolling, the bouncing, everything that the car is kind of doing while the camera stands still. So, and this is what obviously what the drivers are experiencing. It looks a little bit different in the cockpit, not quite as pitched, but it's what the car is actually doing on the track. So, but this is back here with Chase Bullard, back here at P number 21. Back in the second little pack here, as they're giving themselves a little bit of distance from the pack. But we'll move up here with the 89 of Jason Potts, and it's now back there in P number 13, kind of towards the back of this front pack here. So just gonna ride along here and see how everything is. But you can just see how much those cars are dancing around. 190 miles an hour, a little twitch can make the car move all the way up or down into the track. So I don't see much throttle lift at all, Carl. Pretty much a little bit there through the quad oval for Justin, just so he doesn't run into the 5. But yeah, the pretty much full throttle, I think, the whole time here.
I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe, get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. And I want to thank our sponsors for the series, Yield and Maximum Edge Graphics, for everything that they do, as it's definitely getting a little bit racy here once again as we are closing in on the halfway point of this race. 36 laps in the books, and right now I'd say nobody has anything for Dylan Emerson, but it's not like he's broken away at all. I think they're just happy being single file right now, just kind of hanging out in line, and maybe waiting for that second half to really start developing this race.
Yeah, it's no real sense of urgency at the moment. Right now it's a sense of survival. You can see some drivers kind of poking out a little bit, seeing if either letting the car breathe a little bit or just seeing how the car feels out on a different line. So just in case they need to go up there. But you see the run there at 33, just kind of poking out. Maybe, I don't know why, sometimes why drivers do that, just to maybe to see a little bit. I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable riding behind somebody as long as they're not bouncing 3 lanes across the track.
I was trying to see. I thought I see some damage there on the 33, but now I think it's just how the bumper is lined up there. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, everybody back out there. We have Looks like the top 23 on the lead lap. Chris Ledford down 1 lap, and then Matthew Hick down 2 laps as it stands right now. Bruce Spencer well off the back of the pack right now. He could be the next one that goes a lap down, but he's got some time yet, and I'm sure going to be hoping for a caution before he gets to the point where he'd be battling for the lucky dog. And right now it is all Emerson and Emerson at the front of this field. Hanley in third. Ellis doing a good job hanging up there in the top 5 this whole time so far. Up in fourth. Austin Smith doing a good job as well in fifth. Biggest mover of the race. Will O'Connor in 8th place right now. He is up 15 spots in the number 24. But right now it's just kind of follow the leader, just pacing this thing out. Still got a half a race to go, and it's that they're treating it like every super speedway should be treated. You know, they're not getting too crazy right now. I mean, the only caution that we had here tonight was just from a bump draft in the middle of the corner, and not sure, you know, if there's any kind of checkup or anything like that, but just maybe a little bit aggressive. But maybe I spoke too soon, because this is going to take out a few drivers here on the front stretch. We got ourselves another caution right at the midway point.
Cody Handler getting involved in there, going for a bit of a spin cycle there with the tide car, and obviously the only one that came up, but a few other drivers involved. Go ahead and click back here and see what happened. We've seen a little bit of bobbling around there, and they were 3 wide. It does look like the 18.
Yeah, 18 and 89 got together. I think the 89 came down quite a bit, and ended up getting into the 18. They end up he ends up shooting up there, and once he got in the wall, that's kind of when the rest of the pack just kind of tightened up together and all started getting together. But quite a few cars involved in this wreck right here, right about at the midway points. They're going to slow it up here again now. Now, Jimmy, I don't know, because we've seen those drivers not take tires. They didn't fall back through the pack, so. Are you more worried about track position at this point? I mean, you just came in on lap number 29. It's only been 13 laps.
I mean, if I'm damaged, yeah, I'm going to come in, try to get some of that fixed, or use a fast repair. Not really. I don't think tires seem to be too much of an issue, so it's just more about fuel now. So, you know, I don't know if that last pit stop that they came in was their pit window or not, or if they just because we only had 2 drivers come in, so not quite sure what the strategy was for those 2 that came in a little bit earlier, but yeah, just I'm not quite sure what these drivers are thinking right now. I mean, we're just over the halfway mark, so you know, can they potentially with another caution, you know, just get to the front and stay there? So, but see a lot of drivers coming in, a lot, matter of fact. So go ahead and hurry up, pull up the tower there so you can see where the drivers are kind of exiting and entering, and can see when they last pit. And 1, 2, 3, 4 for the top 6 or 5 we're going to stay out. They were last in on lap 29. Everybody else coming in though for some fuel and maybe some fresh tires if they need them. You know, I don't think they're going through the tires like you said. Just like you have said here, it's a pretty fast and a smooth track. I think just the speed kind of obviously will show those few bumps here and there that they got to ride through. But yeah, good one here, pretty much decent so far. Just some close racing, and you know, surprised. You know, we've actually, you know, this is only our 2nd caution, so we're doing good so far, Carl. Because I thought it was going to be a little bit worse, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Because of the high speeds and because of how everybody is bunched together, nobody can really get away. The draft definitely does mean something here, even though it's a not, you know, officially a super speedway. It drives like a super speedway, so I'm not surprised that we've had a couple cautions here tonight. But I agree. I would not be surprised if it gets a little bit rougher around the edges on the second half once they start getting into some racing. But either way, we are now complete with halfway through the race. And while these drivers get their service done and get ready for another restart, I think we need to turn over here for a little love to hear it.
Love to hear it. And as you can see, we had a caution there. Darren would love to hear it. A few drivers involved, and you know, obviously coming down and then taking repairs and get back out there. So drivers swapping around a little bit. Your leader right now is Kent Bison at number 1 on the outside, with the inside being the number 24 Will O'Connor. 18 of Thomas O'Connor has made his way up towards the front as well, but Dylan Emerson's still in that pack there. And number 4, Brian Roy's in 5th. Chase Ballard, Tiffany Ellis, Josh Duncan, Bruce Spencer, and Jane Monin for your top 10. And Tiffany was involved there in that incident as we were riding along, and just got a bad push. Sent Tiffany around and ended up in a wall there. But we got another incident behind Tiffany Ellis this time, and another yellow flag coming out. And I'm not quite sure who that was, but there's still some drivers still crashing back there.
I think it might have been Bruce Spencer. I think it might have been 43 gets sent to the outside wall. And yeah, we're in the second half, Jimmy. Oh, you see right there was like Wesley Outman gets into it with the 43, the 48 nowhere to go as well. But yeah, it's second half of the race, so we expected it to be a little bit more aggressive. The moves a little bit more, intent on some of these moves to try and get around. And unfortunately, it's causing a few more incidents here in the second half of this race.
Yeah, I mean, coming down almost to the last quarter of the race, we're getting down almost less than 20 laps to go. We're down to 23 laps now, so this thing was going to be soon to be over, done, and dusted with. And who's going to survive the night? I know a lot of drivers out there right now are not going to be willing to come in and take tires or fuel or anything that needs to be going, especially if that good old fuel calculator that iRacing put in says they're good to go. So gonna be an interesting one here as the Busch car is now up front here and will lead the way. But I'll go ahead and bring up the tower so you can see if your favorite driver is going to pit or not. It does look like we have a few takers. Monin, Outman, and Smith, along with Brewer, are going to come down into the pits. Matthew Haig still trapped 2 laps down. If I'm not mistaken, he tapped somebody in that one, so even if he was 1 lap down, he'd be wouldn't even get the lucky dog. The rule of the lucky dog is you can't be involved in the incident if there's a caution in order to get the lucky dog. So we'll see where everybody kind of pans out here at the end of this, but we do have a few drivers down in the pits here on this one as we are underneath another caution here with 22 laps to go.
I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that Steer has to offer. And I want to thank Yield and Maximum Edge for the, Maximum Edge? No. Doesn't sound right. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, Maximum Edge Graphics. I was right. I don't know why I question myself. Maximum Edge Graphics for the sponsorship here for the season as... yeah, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We're going to have about 20 laps left in this race. I don't think we've seen the last caution. No, I think it's going to get mighty aggressive here in the last 20 laps of this race, and we'll certainly see probably some more action here. But Kent Bice right now is up front, and we'll see if he can hold on to this thing till the end.
Yeah, I know that's what he wants to be able to control the race, so I'm sure if he gets a jump and there's another incident behind him, he's not going to mind very much. It's probably the safest place to be at the moment, but coming down to the finish line, it's going to be a wild fight as the drivers will be trying to get any position they can. And sometimes, Carl, it works out, for somebody being aggressive, but it depends on who you're driving around. But some of those elbows the fenders get a lot wider, and the cars don't get any narrower. And things will happen, and at an alarming rate of speed here at EchoPark. So, like I said, we talked about those high speeds here, and you've seen how fast things happen and how fast somebody can get involved, and it's difficult to avoid an incident. These cars are been always a handful to try for control during wreck avoidance, let alone try to recover when you're starting to spin. So drivers definitely have their hands full here tonight with the last few laps. Been a pretty good race here for the moment, as a lot of single file, so great green flag running. Almost hit some green flag pit stops, but incident happened just as they began. A few drivers decided to come in, and right now it's been all caution for pit stops, and right now a lot of jockeying around for positions. A few drivers up a lot of spots. Kent Weiss up 16. Will O'Connor, your biggest mover, up 21 spots in second. And then Brian Roy up 20 spots in P number 5. So a lot of spots gained for a lot of drivers currently sitting up there in the top 10. But we're getting ready to go back to green as the pace car is going in, and they're hitting the restart zone now, and they'll get on the platform.
Back to racing here at Echo Park. We got 20 laps left in this race. Can we get them done under green, or we're going to have another caution here? Kent Weiss, Will O'Connor at the front of this field, but you see Dylan Emerson trying to get back to the point as he was kind of dubbed the pole sitter here with some of the drivers getting sent to the back, and he has led a majority of this race. But since we got to the halfway point and had the caution, it's now been Kent Weiss at the front of this field, and Weiss looking for his first win on the season. Gotta say, the 6 of Dylan Emerson, defending champion, he's still looking for his first race win of the season as well. I know we're only on race number 4, but you know, we have seen the 6 kind of get some wins in bunches. So maybe these drivers don't want to get him started and you know, hit that choke on the number 6, because once he gets started with some wins, he may reel off a couple and drive himself right back into the points discussion, because it's been a bit of a rough season so far for the 6 in regards to finishes. His average start, 5th place. Average finish, 15th. So that should tell the story that you need to know right there, and that's why Emerson is back there in 12th in the points and getting shuffled back right now, but plenty of time to work his way back up through the field here before this thing ends. But Jimmy, it's going to end here pretty quickly. Tiffany Ellis now to the front in the Napa Auto Ports number 9, and different paint scheme on that one as well. As let's get some cars up into the wall in the back of the pack. We're going to keep this thing green, I believe. No, we're going to get another yellow as we get a few cars tangled in the back. I think I seen Bruce Spencer, one of them that got shuffled to the back. Oh, we got 3, 4, 5 meatballs popping up here. So this one was a little bit bigger than I thought it was out the corner of my eye.
Yeah, 18 coming across the track, collecting 2 right there, the 60, and then backing into the 43. The green car, the 54, 71, pretty much nowhere to go. 48 slowing up. A few cars bouncing around. So a few escaping narrowly, and others not so lucky as those meatballs coming out. But the 48, great job getting it slowed down and keeping it off to 60. To give him still the opportunity, that would be Joshua Smith, to get a decent finish this race. But down to 16 laps to go. Tiffany Ellis edging out the number 82 just before the caution came out to hold on to the lead there, as Brian Roy has made his way to the front there in the Reese's machine. Justin Potts will be sitting in 3rd, Kent Weiss, and then Austin Smith for your top 5. In 6th is going to be Dylan Jacobs, Will O'Connor back in 7th, Cody Handler, Dylan Emerson, and Jay Monin for your top 10. So still shuffling around, Carl. Still have 16 laps to go, and a few green-white checkers if needed.
Yeah, I would think we may use at least one of those green-white checkers before this thing is over. But I mean, the green flag laps are going to go by the wayside here pretty quickly. We're already down to 15 laps to go here. Once we get this thing back to green, it should be down to about 13. It looks like the 83 birthday boy going to get another lap back. So one more step closer. Still needs one more caution that he's not involved in to get himself back onto that lead lap and have a chance at a good finish yet, but he's sticking out. He's doing a good job, just kind of hanging in there. Cody Brewer still in the pits. Not sure if he had a fast repair left in the number 88. And it looks like Bruce Spencer, the same thing. He is in there still with a meatball. So I'm not sure if they're just getting some of the repairs done the hard way, or if they don't have a fast repair. Forgot to check it, what the case is, but 2 of them in there. It looks like Wesley Outman has got a black flag for some reason, because it looks like he's already done with his pit stop, so he may have to come back in and serve that one. But either way, Tiffany Ellis leads this thing. Brian Roy, Justin Potts, Kent Weiss, Austin Smith for your top 5.
Yeah, keep obviously see the Kit Kat machine obviously going around there, and I was thinking of the Busch series back in the NASCAR, the Winston Cup days. So it dating myself a little bit. So basically the Junior series where Jeff Gordon used to run, but I used to root for the Slim Jim car. They used to run out there, and that was driven by Bobby Labonte. So yeah, it was. I couldn't remember if it was Bobby or Terry, but it definitely was Bobby Labonte that was driving a Slim Jim car. But that was always one of my favorite paint schemes as well. I love
tasty
me some,
as well.
I love me some Slim Jims.
Exactly. Well,
never do a Slim Jim.
Well, now they got a new one out there. It's not Slim Jim, but it's a beef stick that we always see when we're leaving the local Giant. Me and Colton. It's called a fatty, and it is basically about twice as fat as a typical Slim Jim. And we have tried them before. Not bad, but you don't get the snap into a Slim Jim like you do. You get the skinnier ones. You get the nice little snap and some good flavors. Some good old days, especially the little fun size ones you take with on your lunch, whether you're going to lunch at school for Colton or hell, you're going to lunch for work.
Problem with the minis is I eat the whole box.
Oh man, yeah, a little 5-pack box. Yeah, well, I'll take all 5. Yes,
it
exactly.
Could be a 30-pack box. I'm still eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
My wife makes fun of me because every time we go on a road trip or go on vacation, and we leave the house, I stop for gas, and I walk out with a Slim Jim and a Coke. It's like just my road trip gear. So, but I always get Slim Jim. That's usually when I get my Slim Jims, or maybe during like the holidays or something, and the kids like not quite sure to get Dad for his birthday or for Father's Day.
I've got Slim Jims for Christmas already too. Yep. I had a stocking full of Slim Jims. I don't mind that. Thank you, Santa. But either way, Tiffany Ellis back on the lap paddle, as is the rest of the field. But can we get this thing some green flag laps here? We got 13 laps to go here. Justin Potts is now challenging on the outside for the lead, looking for a second win on the season. The one of Kent Bice still up there as well. We're 2 by 2 by 2 for the first 10 positions, actually 12 positions as it stands. It's go time here, Jimmy. It's the laps are ticking down. We got 12 to go.
Yeah, 12 to go, and some drivers hoping to hang in there and keep the racing tight, and it's gonna be tight, and it's white. I'm sure it's white knuckling. Don't forget to breathe, drivers. Don't forget to breathe, and you gotta get them cars around here. But they are side by side. You can see back through the pack. We'll even go back all the way back farther in the field here, and you can see pretty much anybody I click on, they're at least 2 wide. Even thinking about 3 wide, depending on where they are. But it gets a little tight there, as you can tell back here in the pack. But drivers starting to feel that finish line coming really quick here. We're down to 11 laps to go. This time by, we will be down to 10 laps.
And they're going to go by quickly if we keep this thing under green. Still side by side at the front. Kent Bice maybe thought about it there for a second to sneak to the inside of Ellis, but going to stay in line. But what that's doing is giving a little edge to that outside line. Now the 89 will clear, and Potts to the front of this field, drops down in front of Ellis. It's going to leave the opening there to Austin Smith now to lead that outside line, see if he can get the charge going to get up there and have a chance at this one. He's got Brian Roy right behind him, trying to edge him along all the way through this track. Even in the corners, you got to be careful bumping in the corners. We've seen a couple instances because of that here tonight. But back at the line, we've got 9 laps to go now, and the 89 out front looking for win number 2.
And everybody's going to start dancing around here. You can see the 2 wide kind of working against some of those drivers behind 5th place, starting to fall back just a little bit. The front 4 able to get in a single file, and if they hold on to it here just a little bit longer, some patience, and just kind of let them battle it out, fight back there. Just kind of hold your line and be ready to pounce here. And a few more laps. Don't get too eager, not just yet. You can see drivers trying to dance around just a little bit, see if they have the momentum to go, see if they can force the person in front of them to maybe go with them to the outside to get their run, and make sure you're not alone. You don't want to be alone at this point of the stage. You can see that outside line just falling back and back as they are fighting side by side. But Now we have 7 drivers single file, and it's going to be pretty much these drivers here if they can keep it the way it's going. But it's not all but over yet. But Justin Potts is your current leader over Tiffany Ellis and Kent Weiss.
Man, I'd say I'd like to be Tiffany Ellis right now, being right there in second place, but I almost feel like that's as bad as being at first right now, because you got to get out there, you got to step out, you got to try and get yourself a chance at the win if you want to try and get the win here tonight, or if you're content finishing in second, then you stay in line, sure, but if you want the win, you got to get out of line. You got to get to that outside, because it looks like that 89 is going to hold down to that bottom, not going to allow the outside line to happen. But you can't do it too early. If you do it too early, you're going to get shuffled back through the pack if nobody joins you on that outside, and you can go from second back to sixth before you even get any kind of run. But now, outside line starting to form up here. The 24 of Will O'Connor leading it. Gets a little tap there from Dylan Emerson. They're going to have to fall back in line and regroup, as that almost was a late race caution here. But now looks like Emerson back to the outside line, as is Will O'Connor. They're going to try and do this here one more time, but you see, not formed up good enough. They're going to lose some spots here before they start working their way back towards the front. 5 laps to go, and they're just falling and falling because they had no help until the 33 now catches back up, but they're already back 3, 4, 5 spots as the 24 sneaks to the inside there. That was a bit aggressive, but now you see that line on the outside starting to group back up a little bit more. 4 laps to go.
This is where the action is, obviously, but only 4 laps to go, but we're going to have a caution again, as I just seen, I don't know if a caution, but we've definitely seen somebody going around. We're still green. Wow.
Yeah, we're still green. The 18 looks like had some issues right there, but we're keeping it green here, and it's definitely the way we want to finish. I mean, you don't want to see anybody get trapped like kind of like the boy did earlier, but yeah, lap traffic now coming into play. How much will it affect the field here? Because we do have some 2 wide, and it's going to slow up that outside line for sure as they catch right back up to them. Will it cause any kind of incident is the question. Even the 60 right there is still up there trying to stay on the outside, let the second line do its thing. And getting mighty close there. Even the 08 of Hanley trying to cut back down. Back to the line, 2 laps to go here. Potts still leads it. Ellis in second, Bice in third. It seems like the 54 trying to back off with the 67 to try and get a run there. Not going to happen just yet. It is definitely getting racy here. Now the 9 closes in. Gives a little tap to the 89, trying to get away here a little bit, but could be, I was going to say, maybe a little bit of a gap there for the 1 to try and stick his nose out there. The 24, Will O'Connor, working on the outside again. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. No more yellows here tonight. We're going to see the checkered flag next. Alice still in second. When will she dive to the outside? If she will the 89 block it? Good run off of turn number 1. Now going to look to the outside. Great run off of turn number 2. The 9 to the lead. They're wrecking behind. It is going to be a side-by-side battle to the line with a 54 of a chance to get in the mix here as well. Ellis going to have to side draft off of turn number 4. At the line, going to be 3 wide. And give it to Chase Bullard off the final corner. Want to know how close it was between the top 3? How about cover the top 3 by 1/100th of a second? 0/100ths cover Chase Bullard and Tiffany Ellis at the line. Photo finish. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one again to make it official, but oh man, Bullard stealing it, diving down to the inside off of turn 4.
I'm going to just go ahead and just stop this right here and just kind of go back and just watch. We're going to hop on board with Chase Bullard and just kind of see what he's seeing here. Is you can see in front the 89 and the 9 battling it out to try to get this thing done, and just has that momentum. Tiffany Ellis given room here just in case, and Bullard being able to kind of go down. I said that inside line is going to be here, and you can see them as they come across. All right, there, and you can just see how Tiffany Ellis right underneath Barney there, but you can see the lineup of the car where Chase Bullard just barely barely.
I don't see it
gets,
to me. I don't see it. Maybe you have better eyes than me. He got 40-40 vision over there or something because I don't
hold
see.
on. I mean, you got. I guess. Like, I'll pull up.
One more frame, maybe one more frame, and we can see it a little bit better. But man, I don't see anything in between the 9 and the 54. It's insanely close here at the end of this thing. And according to iRacing, it was 0.003 of a victory for Chase Bullard over Tiffany Ellis and 0.009 over Justin Potts. It doesn't get any closer to that for the top 3.
No, it doesn't. And you could see all 3 of them cars all lined up just the way they finished as they crossed the line there. So you got the 54. You have to look at the stream car. I'll move the cameras, but you see have the 54, the 59, or the 9, and then the 89 just nose to tail there. Even right behind the 81 was, not that far off. So it's just so close of a finish here for these drivers out here. It's amazing and fantastic to see, a race kind of come down to this. And, it could have definitely been a lot worse or, for these drivers. But they had a good race. They had some great green flag running, and they were able to get this thing done in a sufficient amount of time and have a great photo finish like you see on the screen here by your top 3. So it's, definitely one for the books. You don't get any closer than that. And to lose, Tiffany would have had that just barely. But Chase Bullard with that come from behind with that great run down to the inside, on the apron. So, I knew that apron was going to come in and effect sometime. And there it was at the start-finish line.
Well, now the only question is, will it be official or not? Because I'm getting word from the officials that the race ending is under review. I'm not sure if it's because it's so close or if the bottom line was illegal for the 54. Because the 54 did go below the line. I don't know if there's any kind of rules set forth beforehand that you cannot go down below the red lines. And you see clearly that is what the case was here for the 54 going down on that apron. I mean, I don't remember anybody really using the apron during the race. So, was that discussed beforehand that the red line is the red line of death? And if that's the case, we may have a different winner here tonight.
Yeah, we'll get word from the league and who's your official winner. But as of right now, obviously, we can only go by what the iRacing gods have given us at the moment. And then until we get the official words, I guess unofficial lineup here tonight of your finishers, is going to be Chase Bullard with Tiffany.
Hold that thought, Jimmy, because I am getting word Chase Bullard disqualified.
Okay, so unfortunate for Chase Bullard, not able to make that run valid. So your winner should be the number 9 of Tiffany Ellis, then Justin Potts, and I would believe the number 81 of Eli O'Quinn for Pete number 3. So congratulations to those drivers. I'm not sure where the Chase will fall in play, and I'm sure he'll be wanting wish he could get that one back. But Josh Duncan, and then TJ Hanley, Jay Monin, Ron Millum, Will O'Connor, Dylan Emerson, Dylan Jacobs, Joshua Smith, Wesley Altman, Brian Roy, Austin Smith, Thomas O'Connor, Coley Handler, Kent Bice, and then back for the rest of the field, Chris Ledford, Matthew Hake, Kyle Emerson, Richard Covington, Michael Garcia, and Cody Brewer, and Bruce Spencer for your 25-car driver field.
So, I mean, still a ridiculously close finish for first and second, but unfortunately, it is between Tiffany Ellis and Justin Potts, as it's still going to be 0.006, the difference between first and second, as Bullard getting confirmation that he did get disqualified for dropping below the red line to make a pass on the front stretch, and I'm guessing it was discussed in the pre-race rules or whatever it is. So our top 3 is going to be Ellis, Potts, and O'Quinn that we'll get a chance to talk to. So what a turn of events. And we got an international top 3 here, Jimmy, is we're going to start with Ireland, go to the U.S., and then go to Canada for the top 3. So we'll go ahead and start with Eli O'Quinn, and maybe a bit of a shock for the 81 coming up here in the booth. You're going to come home officially 3rd here tonight.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing tonight?
We're doing great.
Good. Good for
That's
sure.
beautiful.
This is a fun one. I mean, I know it's probably hectic and white knuckling here at Atlanta. I mean, you guys are going 180, 190, which is fine if you're on an actual super speedway. But here at Echo Park, it's fast.
Oh yeah, no, it's really really wicked getting in and out of the corners, especially in the big packs, because it just wants to pull to the outside. I guess push more than pull, but you have to really kind of drag the brake or just let off a little bit to keep it to stick to the bottom, and it's really hard to just kind of master that. I was a little disappointed there. I wanted to give the 89 a shot there and hopefully push them out in front, but I couldn't get to him. If I had maybe 50 more feet, we might see the 89. But just want to give a shout out to TJ Hanley and THE Designs, wonderful sponsor on the car this week. Had a really fast THD Designs 81 Toyota, fastest Xfinity internet. I don't know. It was just had a really bad start to the season. Multiple finishes outside of the top 10, so it's nice to just nice to get back to the, I guess, successful ways that I had at the end of last year. So hopefully I can take the momentum next week into wherever we're going. I think Michigan.
Yeah, I believe it is Michigan next week. Double check it. Yeah, Michigan next week, and another one that's a fast track. But it seemed like it was rather bumpy out there tonight too. I know it's fresh pavement out here for Echo Park, and that's why it drives like a super speedway. But I mean, we jumped on board a couple times with some of the cars out there, and it looked rough.
Yeah, no, especially the front stretch. It's really really bumpy. Hard to manage keeping the car straight, especially with the just the tri-oval, well, not tri-oval, but the unique-ish, yeah, the unique super speedway version of the front stretch. And you're going so fast, and the front stretch is so bumpy, especially with the double yellow line or the double white line right there. If you touch it anyways, you're going to get loose. And if you're going 190 miles an hour, you can just slide up and kill everybody behind you. Thankfully, we didn't see that today. That was very cool. I'm very happy with that. But it's just, well, yeah, it's just bumpy.
Well, either way, you definitely had your bumps in the first part of the season as well. Hopefully that's turned around now, and now you can start cracking through and maybe get a chance to talk to us a couple times yet for the rest of the season. But either way, I know you gave TJ some love out there. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to or thanks to before we let you go?
I want to give a shout out to Carson Hocevar for being cool. A shout out to Mike Trout for being really cool. And then a special shout out to Trevor Bain, weekly Trevor Bain shout out. And let's see, Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. And OG Ananobi. But other than that, that's it for me. Shout out to you all, actually.
Well, hopefully one, if not all of them, are tuning in here tonight to see your third place here. But either way, congrats on the third place here tonight. Yeah. Appreciate the shout-outs. We'll see you out there in Michigan. We'll talk to you again.
You all have a nice night.
You too, buddy. That is your third place finisher here tonight, the 81 of Eli O'Quinn. Second place here tonight by 6 thousandths of a second, the 89 of Justin Potts.
Hey, Justin, Jimmy, and Carl, up in the booth. You copy?
I've got y'all loud and clear.
Well, you almost got it done. Like, really close, almost got it done. And just barely, lost the edge there as Tiffany took away your push and gave herself a run there to just edge you out to get past you right before the start-finish line. So I want to say congratulations. Obviously, a pretty fast, intense race here tonight at the Echo Park. Give us a little rundown of your race, man, and how it was out for you here tonight for your great finish.
Well, start of the race, qualified fifth. Probably was not expecting it. I was expecting maybe towards the back just because my qualifying this year has been terrible. But qualified fifth just to start out, and then obviously TJ with his post-quali DQ, so it moved me up to 3. Just throughout the race, just avoiding all the wrecks. I got caught. My teammate of Wes in the 95, he was pushing me while I was trying to make a run on the outside, but it never happened. And then he just had a bad bump on me, or I went down into him, one of the two, and then kind of cost me a little bit there, but luckily didn't have to waste a fast repair on that. And then there was like a big one about midway point where I really got caught up to the point where I had to use a fast repair. And then about 3/4, there was a little small wreck coming out of 2. I was behind TJ, and someone slid right in front of TJ. I was right on the back bumper of TJ and really couldn't go anywhere. But luckily, only had a little bit of optional. And then having that good battle with Tiffany, kind of little jealous due to the fact that, I want to take the points lead, get a second win, be the first guy to do back-to-back this season. But, another week will happen. I'm just glad that Tiffany got it. With it being 0.06 of a second, probably closest finish we'll have all season. Me and Tiff were talking in the waiting room. She was like, "Oh yeah, I helped you at Dover." Well, yeah, technically I helped you here, so I'm just paying back my dues.
Well, a little bit of love throughout the league is always a good thing, and yeah, you just miss out there on another win here, and but obviously second place is not a bad place to be here tonight, especially when this early in the season. So, congratulations there on your second place and at number 89. We'll give you some time for any shout-outs.
I just want to shout out my parents for allowing me to do this every week that I can. TJ at THD, the whole group, Wes, Eli, Jay. If we had maybe another lap if it was Talladega and the start finish was outside the tri-oval, I think Eli would have allowed me to win, but it is what it is. Just everyone here in the Pit Road Speed Limit group and y'all for broadcasting. It's great that we got a broadcast, even though it looked like the first start of the race was kind of, single file choo-choo train. Thought it was going to be like that all race, but luckily we had some cautions to kind of mix everything up. But P2 tonight, what more could you ask for?
Only one more spot, and that would be the win. But you did get it done here tonight with a great finish, and that's what it takes to win championships. Just be consistent and keep those cars up front for the whole season the best you can. So congratulations here on your finish, and thank you for the shout-outs, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That is driver of the 89, Justin Potts, coming home in second place here tonight. Just missing out on the win. And the person that we're bringing in now thought she just missed out on the win by 1,000th of a second, but officials decided that it was an illegal pass. And Tiffany Ellis, you are the winner here tonight by 6,000ths of a second. You almost lost by 1,000th, but you won by 6,000. So, I mean, damn. What are your thoughts? Any words?
I don't know. I think I'm speechless on this one. I didn't expect to win this way again. Like Talladega last season too, remember?
Exactly.
God.
You're in the right spot at the right time, and I said to Jimmy, like, I almost don't want to be in your spot because being second right there, you got to make the move eventually if you want to try and get the win. But you make it too early, you're going to get shuffled back. You make it too late, you may not have a chance to make it. So it's almost a cursed spot being there in second. But man, you had a heck of a run off of turn 2 and made the move at the right time.
I waited. I was trying to contemplate when to make that move, and I was like, I just got to do it. I got to go, and I did. And then he got up beside me, and I caught his side draft and slowed him down lots. And I don't know if anybody was behind me. I kind of blacked out and just saw forward and let's go.
Yeah, I think they started wrecking behind you guys. The 54 of Chase Bullard obviously caught up to you guys coming off turn number 4, and before you made the move down to the inside. But other than that, it was kind of a 2-car drag race to the line, and you end up just getting it done. I was kind of laughing to myself because I see the chase on the front of your hood there, and I'm thinking thinking, well, that little strip of Chase on the front of that hood. I know it's not for Chase Bullard, but that's almost what you lost by.
Yeah, almost, and would have been my second of the season. So it's been right there on the crisp of it. So it's early in the season. Hopefully we can get some more now instead of waiting until the end of the season now, making a big jump from last place in points. So that helps.
Well, it's it certainly helps because you lock yourself now into the chase with the win, and you don't have to worry about that as much. You just gotta kind of plug along and let your hair down a little bit, and maybe go after some of these wins if you have a chance, because you have yourself locked in once the chase begins. But any tracks in the regular season that are coming up that you kind of got your eye on. I know it's kind of a good schedule. There's all different kinds of tracks on it.
Definitely, for sure. Michigan next week. That's always a good one to run. I've been close, very close at that track. So let's hope this continued good run and good luck keeps happening. That'd be nice. And hopefully we can get another win.
Well, me and Jimmy have our affinity for Michigan for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see what about Michigan. And it's amazing how many times we talk to a driver that just won. Where do you think it's going to be good? Next race. That's a damn good answer. That's a damn good answer.
Yeah.
We'll see if you can go back to back. Excuse me, next week at Michigan. But before we let you go and celebrate here tonight, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
My mom and dad for always watching. They're always there. Mom's always commenting, and we're always talking about it afterwards. And you guys for always putting on a show. And the group tonight for that was one heck of a race for sure.
Absolutely was, and I know Kathy's got to be happy up there for sure. So congrats to you and the team there, and we'll see if you can go back to back at Michigan next week.
Heck yeah, can't wait.
That is driver of the number 9 here tonight, your winner by a huge 6,000ths of a second margin as she gets it done here tonight at EchoPark. That is the first 4 races in the books. Race number 5, as mentioned, coming up next week at Michigan. That'll be it for the month of June, because July 1st we get a little patriotic theme night for the Charlotte race. So looking forward to getting into some of the theme nights here in the season that they do so well. But right now, Tiffany Ellis on top of the boards, 4 different winners in 4 races. Love to see it, Jimmy. So hopefully we'll see a 5th different winner next week. No offense to Tiffany or any of the other winners here, but I love to see different winners every week and get a chance to talk to everybody in the field. But that's going to do it for myself and Jimmy here tonight. Again, nothing going on tomorrow night. Both VVR and the Core GT series done for their seasons, but we are not done for the broadcasting this week, because Sunday we will have the CRN Cup, and you'll see 57 drivers
next week.
Technically, but for us, it's all the weeks bleed together anyway. Let's be honest. But either way, this week, next week on Sunday, it is going to be the CRN Cup, and right now we got 58 drivers actually signed up to run in the CRN Cup. 14 of them coming from the Pit Road Speed Limit Racing, including tonight's winner Tiffany Ellis. So we'll see how they do on Sunday night. But you're going to tune in to that one at that point. Me and Jimmy will be back up in the booth covering both of those races for myself and Jimmy from the EchoPark Speedway. We'll see you at the track.
Peace.